Hi there guys, so more drama in the Josh Taylor and Cyclone split story. Shane McGuigan has now commented on Josh Taylor leaving Cyclone for Top Rank and not even telling Cyclone. This is what he had to say. It was a huge surprise. I'm not going to continue to train him when he's done something like that to somebody so close to me. I'm annoyed I've invested so much time and energy into someone that just doesn't deserve it. Okay, so that's Shane McGuigan's comments towards Josh Taylor and his move to Top Rank. Obviously, Cyclone is the promotional company of Barry McGuigan, Shane McGuigan's father. So clearly this has struck a nerve with Josh Taylor doing this, moving over to Top Rank to find those big fights, to go for the money fights. And this came as a surprise to Cyclone Promotions, this came as a surprise to Barry McGuigan and Shane McGuigan also, because they weren't told that this was going to happen. Now, apparently Josh Taylor terminated his contract weeks before signing with Top Rank. We don't know how true that is, but still, Josh Taylor has moved on to Top Rank. And clearly, aside from a few other issues, considering Josh Taylor's contract with Cyclone, he wanted the big fights. He wants to fight Jose Ramirez, who is also under the Top Rank banner. Now, obviously, if he were to fight Jose Ramirez and win, he would be undisputed super lightweight world champion. And that is what Josh Taylor is chasing after unifying against Regis Prograis. Obviously, those are the fights that Josh Taylor wants, and he believes the only way to get them is to go over to Top Rank. Now, obviously, that fight could be made even if he was with Cyclone, but the one thing he won't get is a 50-50 split. That's what he wants in that fight, right? He brings half of the belts to the table. So it's only right that he gets 50%, but he wouldn't if he was with Cyclone. If he's with Top Rank, they have no other option than to give him 50%. Because Top Rank represent both fighters and they cannot favour one over the other, they have to give them both the same opportunity to earn the same amount of money because they are looking after both fighters. So it would be in Top Rank's best interest to make a 50-50 split when that fight is made. And you have to say that Josh Taylor is just doing the best for his career and his family as well, because let's remember, Josh Taylor is the one getting in there, taking the punches, not Barry McGuigan, although he has done previously. He is a fighter and a great fighter as well. But he is retired now, and he has to understand that Josh Taylor needs to earn as much money as he can in the sport because he's not always going to be boxing. At some point, he needs to retire. And he needs to make sure that he is financially secure when he does exit the sport of boxing. So that's where loyalty does come into it. And when you kind of have to abandon that, when you consider that Josh Taylor's future is on the line, he needs to earn as much money as he can, as I said. So leaving Cyclone probably wasn't easy for Josh Taylor because they have done so much for him. They have invested a lot of time in him, especially Shane McGuigan. But this is what happens, especially when you get someone like Josh Taylor who won the world title against Baranchik and then unified against Regis Prograis, won the World Boxing Super Series. Offers are going to come thick and fast, especially for someone like that who is a rising star in the game. Everyone is going to want to sign him. I would imagine Matchroom wanted to sign him, but they missed out on it, probably because Jose Ramirez is on Top Rank. I would imagine that was what swayed Josh Taylor because he wants that fight, and it is easy to make if they are both under the same banner. Now, Shane McGuigan said he is displeased that he invested so much time in someone who doesn't deserve it. Now, I think that's a bit unfair because Josh Taylor definitely deserves it. He is a great talent, and look what he has achieved under Shane McGuigan. Shane McGuigan can take some credit for that, but him saying that he regrets putting that much time into Josh Taylor, I think is a little bit bitter because that's his job. He was Josh Taylor's trainer. His job is to get the best out of his fighter and train him and get him prepared for his fights and be in his corner when he needs him. Give him advice when he needs it. A fighter will rely on their trainer when they are in trouble in the fight. And there were points in that Regis Prograis fight where he did have to go back to his corner and reassess because it wasn't going well for him in the early rounds, but he turned it around. Josh Taylor done great in that fight. And obviously, Shane McGuigan played a big part in that. So him saying that he regrets doing that, I think is a little bit bitter, to be honest, because as I said, that is his job to look after his fighter. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Shane McGuigan saying he regrets putting as much time in as he did with Josh Taylor after he has now moved over to Top Rank. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.